After a tense and long 11-hour standoff, Dixon County authorities have captured the man who held his grandparents hostage at gunpoint. It all happened overnight at a home on Clay Lick Road. Deputies responded to assist in what seemed to be a domestic situation, but then the suspect barricaded himself. After hours of negotiations, the suspect released his grandparents to officers this morning. It took officials deploying tear gas to get him out.
We did all we could and exhausted all means to try to prevent that and talk him into coming out, but the gas did help to remove him from the residence, and then as Commander Breeden stated, he did not comply well with the instructions given once he exited the home.
The sheriff has not released the suspect's name. Some of the charges he'll be facing include kidnapping, domestic assault, and felony in possession of a weapon. Dramatic new video released by the FBI shows the deadly shooting of one of the men who led the occupation of a federal wildlife refuge in Oregon. As Don Champion shows us, he was killed during a traffic stop that led to the arrests of several members of the militia that seized the refuge.
In a rare act of transparency, the FBI released this video showing its deadly confrontation with Lavoy Finicum, a member of Ammon Bundy's militia. Recorded from an airplane, the video shows Finicum behind the wheel of this white truck that sped away during a traffic stop. Moments later, the truck tried avoiding a roadblock, narrowly missing an FBI agent. Here, Finicum is seen getting out with his hands up, but the 55-year-old then reaches in his pocket where the FBI says a gun was later found. An Oregon State Trooper then opened fire, killing Finicum.
As the video clearly shows, it was a reckless action that resulted in the consequences that you've seen here today.
Finicum was one of about 24 people who seized the Malheur National Wildlife Refuge in Oregon on January 2nd. Armed members of the militia remained holed up inside the refuge. The FBI is negotiating with them. Don Champion, CBS News.
Ammon Bundy and several of his followers were arrested during the traffic stop. The FBI says the remaining occupiers are demanding a guarantee that they won't be charged before they surrender. A Metro City councilman who was shot last year is now the focus of an investigation by the district attorney's office. Lonnell Green is accused of lying to a judge about having the money to post bail for his cousin, Tavares Buchanan, after Buchanan was arrested for a horrific case of domestic abuse. Our Chris Conti tried to ask Councilman Green about the allegations, but he wasn't interested in answering his questions.
We need to speak to you for a minute about Mr. Buchanan. Sir, we've been trying to catch up with you all day here.
As of right now, Councilman Green is not facing any charges, but he is also accused of making threats against the alleged victim during a jailhouse phone call with his cousin. You can see the full transcript of that call on our website at newschannel5.com. And finally, who could forget when the Earth opened up and changed the National Corvette Museum in Bowling Green forever? Corvette Cave-In, the Sky Dome sinkhole experience, is set to open up next month. The new exhibit shows how 8 classic vets were damaged when the 30-foot sinkhole opened up 2 years ago. Several of the damaged rides are already restored and ready for car buffs to come in and check them out.